You make yourself sick. And to my clients say, well, what do you mean I don't want to be sick? But if the mind is that powerful that you can make yourself sick, it's also powerful enough to heal you. I found a way where we could heal instantly anything, absolutely anything, any disease, any illness, everything. I have them coming with every illness you could possibly think of. I see miracles every day in my office. And they wanted me to teach this method so everybody would know the importance of how you could use your mind. You have no idea how important, how powerful your mind is. You are a great and powerful creature. But that's the idea, is to show people you're more than just a physical body. You have such wonderful capabilities. And now is the time to bring all of this back and to show other people how we can do it ourselves, how you can use the power of your mind. You can change the script anytime you want. You're the writer. You're the actor. You don't like the way the scene is going? Change it. This is how much power we have and we don't realize it. You don't give a baby a 3-course meal. You give a baby milk, cereal, crushed vegetables. You don't give a baby a steak. So you have to do it gradually. So there's probably some of you who are still taking your baby steps into the metaphysical world. But I've done it so far now that nothing surprises me. Nobody knew about reincarnation in the 60s. Nobody knew about metaphysics, was unknown. The New Age, nobody would have heard of that. So when I started out, there was nothing. So I go back a long time. And no books to tell a hypnotist what to do or anything. But that's how long I've been doing the hypnosis, because I work with thousands and thousands of people. And if you get the same stories again and again, and they know it has validity, because they don't know what I've already received and they don't know all the other pieces of the puzzle. I have to put it all together. Sometimes getting a piece from one client and then a piece from another client to get the whole concept and the theory together. And so in the beginning, it really challenged my belief systems. I thought I had the whole theory of reincarnation figured out because I'd been in on it since the beginning. But when I began studying the new concept they were giving me, it began making a lot of sense, even though it was a challenge. And once I accepted that, I got another one, a little harder. As I went through this all these years with the time travel, the past life regression, and all the information I was getting, I found a way where we could heal instantly anything, absolutely anything, any disease, any illness, everything. I have them coming with every illness you could possibly think of. I see miracles every day in my office. And they wanted me to teach this method so everybody would know the importance of how you can use your mind. You have no idea how important, how powerful your mind is. You are a great and powerful creature. You should never ever be sick. No aches, no pains, nothing. Because the body is a miraculous machine that's been created and perfected to take care of itself and heal itself if we don't interfere. If you have an illness or something, you have done it yourself. You make yourself sick. And some of my clients say, well, what do you mean I don't want to be sick? But if the mind is that powerful that you can make yourself sick, it's also powerful enough to heal you. We find out, why did I do this to myself? And that's what I teach in my technique, is how to find this. And I've been perfecting this technique now for 45 years. And I'm teaching it everywhere, all over the world. We have thousands of students now in every country you can imagine. But that's the idea, is to show people you're more than just a physical body. You have such wonderful capabilities. And now is the time to bring all of this back and to show other people how we can do it ourselves, how you can use the power of your mind. So it's no longer a pipe dream, it is really happening. You find your passion. You find what you're really supposed to do, what you're here for. You don't get sick and you don't age because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you're happy doing it. So you never know what kind of a plan or contract you have made on the other side before you come in. So don't try to get out of it too soon. The best is yet to come. You don't know what the rest of the contract is. First, you have to get rid of all the old junk, the garbage and the baggage out of your life. And then you can move into what you really came for. We all began with God. I have so many clients coming to me, and on their list of questions is always, where did I come from? Or they always say, why am I here too? Well, where did I come from? And I tell them we all came from the same place. No, I want to know what's my home planet. There's no such thing. We all came from the same place. Other planets are just one of the schools that we sign on to learn at. But that's not home, not the real home. We all began at the same place. We all started with God, or what they call the source. Now, I've had many people go back to the source. They go back to when they were with God before they ever started on this long journey to become humans. Humans are kind of like the last part of the whole thing. This is the worst part, really. But we all began at the same place, and I've had people go back and experience it, and they always describe God the same way. First, you have to get over the idea that God is a man. He's not a man. If anything, he would be a woman. Because women are the creative power. But he's neither one. He's not male or female. There is no gender. And when people go back to be with God, they're just doing instead of going to past lives, this is what they do. They go back to the beginning. They always describe it the same way, that God is like a huge energy force. They describe it like a big bright light. Some of them say they are in the sun, but it's not hot. Other ones say the great central sun is what they call it, but it's a huge light. And when they're there, there's total love. They don't want to leave. They're all together, everyone is together, and they all want to stay there. They don't want to leave. It is so much love and is so much beauty. And when I've had people go back there, they say, don't wake me up, I want to stay here, because it's so beautiful. A human being cannot really understand the totality of God, of the source. It is so enormous. Our belief in God and our concept of God is like a tiny thread compared to what it really is. We cannot understand the totality of it. It's the glue that holds everything together. If it were to wink out for a fraction of a second, everything would disintegrate. It's the collective consciousness of how it creates. That when we decided to come here, we constructed this thing out of the energy, because everything is energy. And that's how it works. All we're supposed to do is focus on this life right now and try to do the very best you can in this life. That's all you're expected to do, because the other would be way too confusing if you knew everything that was going on out there outside of your range of perception. So anyway, when we all began, we were all part of God. this beautiful light, this huge energy, total love. We all began there.